welcome to yet another episode of Conversations Kanisa, and today we are taking things a little bit more seriously because we are having two serious performance SUVs that continue to grace the Kenyan roads. So which one among the two is a value for money? And as usual, Conversations is that channel that will guarantee you an alluring motor vehicle experience. I'll be your host, Eric Wakabi, Eric with a CK, and on this review I'll be assisted by
the tallest man in this review, 6'2", Mr. Ibrahim Toloi himself.
Okay, you know they say a short man is not a boy. Anyway, today we are happy to have two cars built on the same platform but on totally different worlds. We have the 2016 Porsche Cayenne Diesel S, and we have the Audi Q7 Quattro S line. They are well-spec'd vehicles, and we want to have an up-close and candid comparison on this particular review. One interesting thing is today I'm with the Porsche, and an interesting story about this Porsche. So we had told you about our UK partnership. So this car has been shipped to Kenya through CarLuv UK. Check out their website, by the way. They have a lot of cars in stock, so you can get a car from CarLuv through Conversations, just like this Porsche Cayenne S diesel, right? So, and we want to guarantee, guys, that even if you're shipping cars from the UK, you can get a very good quality cars from the UK market, courtesy of CarLuv UK and Conversations. And what better way to show you the quality of some of the cars that you can get from the UK than have this Porsche? Yes, kuna magari mbovu UK sana, lakini we are trying, because with the UK market you get better specs.
100%.
You get some very rare vehicles, very good specs, and for diesel heads you're able to get diesel engines and as well as manual transmissions.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you want to have the quality conversation with the UK market, and that is why you have partnered with CarLuv UK. Check out their website, na pia mbugwa waweke nini ya CarLuv ndio waweze kuangalia zile magari wako nazo na auto select.
Yes. So this is a partnership between CarLuv and Auto Select.
Yes.
By Conversations.
Exactly.
Tuanze na hii gari mzuri, umeichocha sana. I'm curious.
So basically,
yes,
before we talk about this car, these and these are built on the same platform.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
However, these two cars are worlds apart. And for personal reasons, on this one I'll take the Porsche. Ibrahim has the Q7, and yes, I'll tell you why.
Yes. Let's
start with the, Porsche's tagline is "There is no substitute," and clearly you can substitute this. You can substitute this with a Touareg, but for the Porsche, there's literally no substitute, because number one, the Porsche DNA design language. You see, at least Porsches, all of them do look like children of the same set of parents. It's a timeless design. It has been there since inception, since Ferdinand Porsche got this dream of having these cars grace the roads of the world. It's inspired by, a sports car, but it has the practicality and the versatility of an SUV. So from the look, even from very far, it's unmistakably Porsche.
I will agree with you on that one. Na umesifu sana.
It's a really nice car. I love the look.
Yeah.
You cannot miss looking or seeing a Porsche, and the consistency in design on the Porsches, from the 911, from the Taycan, to the Macan, the whole series zote zinafanana fiti sana.
Hapo na agree.
So
I think a Porsche is just a Porsche. When you see it,
it's
especially
a Porsche.
This one,
yes,
you don't mistake it for
there is
anything
no
else.
Substitute.
Yes.
Hii unaweza sema kina gari fulani inakaa Touareg.
Ai, Eric.
Yes.
Wait.
It looks like a Touareg.
Relax. The Audi design language on this is also very awesome and elegant.
But it looks like a Touareg.
Where,
it
Eric?
Looks like a Touareg. It's big, it's bulky.
But yours is bulky too.
No, mine is very slender. In fact, it's shorter, has a lower headline.
Okay,
it's more aerodynamic.
The updated version has all that, but the previous version was bulky and big. Correct?
But they are still apples to apples. 2016,
yes,
2016. Yeah.
I don't know, Eric. Let me look at it again.
Yours is bulky. This one is small. It's sleek. It's sporty. It looks like a 911.
It's the same thing, Eric.
It's not the same thing.
It's the same size.
It's the same platform. It's not the same size. This one is shorter. It has a shorter wheelbase.
This one?
Yep.
Okay. We will confirm the details, but I tend to think from when you look at them, I don't see a big difference in terms of size. But again, we'll translate that when you sit at the interior and look at how they look different.
Exactly.
Do you want to tell us what you are running? Ama ushamaliza prima facie?
Your first impression iko sawa?
Do you want me to do the first impression of this one?
Can I talk about the engine so
Kindly.
that we look at
Kindly.
that? So what makes this Porsche special is actually it's a diesel.
Yes.
And it's not only a diesel, it's a V8.
Turbo diesel.
Turbo diesel. So, common rail direct injection.
Yes. Wow.
Porsche 4.2.
That's humongous.
V8. Actually, the engine is 4.1.
Yes.
Only that, you see, when we are truncating during engine displacement standardization, it comes to 4.2 liters of displacement. V8, it has a turbocharger. 380 horsepower on this one, and a whooping 850 Newton meters of torque. This is a truck one.
Last time I had those torque figures was on the G-Wagon.
G-Wagon, yes. So this actually has the torque of a truck and the horsepower of a sports car. Wow. So it brings the two together. The other interesting thing about this engine is the fuel economy. In spite of the fact that it's a V8, it can push 12 kilometers to the liter of diesel.
But that's down to the efficiency of a diesel engine.
Yes.
I remember when we had that discussion between the diesel engine and the Peru, you said the diesel engines are very efficient.
They're extremely efficient, and they don't have as much friction losses as the ones you would get in a petrol engine. Transmitting power to the wheels is an 8-speed IC automatic transmission.
Interesting.
Yes.
I think they share. This one.
Yours is a ZF.
Oh, yours is an IC.
This one is an IC.
Oh, but there were variants that came also with an IC 8-speed, right? Or was it a 6-speed on this
I think on this particular generation,
yes,
we had the IC series of transmissions. Yeah.
Any manual option?
Very few. Very few. I don't know if in this generation, it's very hard to come across manuals on this one. Yeah. However, if you are bringing this into the Kenyan market, there are the things that we recommend that you do. First of all, make sure you have shorter service intervals on this engine. It's a diesel engine. It's Euro 6, man. We are at Euro 4. DPF delete.
100%.
100%. So these are the things that you need to at least let's make this engine, okay, it's not good for the emissions if we get to do that, but it gives you a little bit of sulfur tolerance
if you do that.
Yeah, the engine code on this one, it's actually a VW engine. It's a CUD. It's a CUD VW.
Okay.
So yeah, the designation is CUD.
TDI.
CUD TDI. But on Porsche, because this is a Porsche, we don't even put TDI anywhere. We call it V8S diesel.
But you said you cannot replace it. I have a VW DNA.
So the other thing to delete is AdBlue.
Yes.
But Sio Lazima will delete AdBlue. You know, even Prado TZGs are coming with AdBlue.
Yeah.
As long as you can top up AdBlue, it's fine. So if you're topping at AdBlue, hakuna haja ya kudelete AdBlue if you can top up. You see, even these trucks akina Actros zote ziko na AdBlue.
Na si expensive.
It's not expensive. It's not expensive.
Agree.
Yeah, but you see now it's an additional thing whereby you have to top up to having a diesel engine.
But for me, I think Wakabit makes sense because if it gives me the fuel efficiency that I deserve, I think it's something that you can forego and live with. For me, it's not a big problem. So I think if you can afford to buy an AdBlue, 5 liters ni sijui 3,000. Na hiyo utakupeleka mwaka ngapi, Eric?
Itakaka.
Sindio?
Itaka.
Perfect.
So, but in case you don't want problems, just do away with AdBlue.
Delete
do away with the DPF, the EGR if you can.
Yes.
And ikuwe bana kama VXL.
Inafanya aje?
Badala hiji ya catalytic converter lazima haitapiga binja as much.
Unaweza pia kasirika utoe cut.
if you have the software to delete all that.
Yeah.
Ni sawa.
Kabisa.
It will make it breathe better,
before,
but give us more harmful emissions. But anyway, we always say something must kill a man.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Eric, you've done a very good presentation of your Porsche Cayenne.
Now let's hear about your Touareg.
The car that the cows that was named after Cayenne Pepe. So now here you have a progressive design from Audi Q7. Very subtle, very easy. Unlike your Porsche Cayenne, which is, I feel it intimidates people when you see it. It's just masculine. It's just, I think this one is more calmer, it's more subtle, it's more easy, it's more attractive. You see those words, Eric, I'm using?
It's for old people.
No, it's for young, adventurous people, you understand? So that is it. Very easy design language, haina mambo mingi. Nafikiri hapa mbele, I can say it's a matter of choice. You can either go with this, comes down to personality. If you're a guy who likes things and not shouting, I think this one will make a lot of sense. But if you want to appear and people say, Eric ndoya ameingia, this is what you go with.
That's a side of inferiority complex.
Uko na shida gani? What is wrong with you? So I think you've done a stellar job, Eric, in terms of defining this engine on our previous review of this car.
Yes.
The EA837. So the only thing probably I'll add is it's a supercharged engine. Iyo ushasema, Eric. I think the only thing I will add probably so people can understand is this is the second gen of the EA837. So it is given the name Evo. And the only thing that was done to it was ndani matumbo. They did better pistons, better roads. So it's a bit stronger because the previous generation had a little bit of weaknesses. So they reinforced all those things, kuifanya matumbo yake kuwe very strong. And because of that, it also improved the compression from 10.5 to 8 to 10.8. Unaelewa, Eric? So it means it's a hard engine, it's an improved engine, it's capable. And you and me know that what this engine can do when we did the review of the SQ5. And even this car, it is such an interesting and awesome engine to drive and feel the power in your hands.
Yeah, but I think this engine, it's a blend of, okay, it's more of performance oriented.
Yes.
But in terms of fuel economy, then
hapo ndo shida.
So lakini you see,
yes,
if you love thrill, you will get that. But anyway,
yes,
what are the horsepower figures on this one?
I think this one we are looking at around 340 horsepower.
So this one is 380.
380. So you, again, before I finish the numbers, there is no, in fact, even on the best models where the Q7 beats the Porsche in terms of numbers.
Because there is no substitute.
Unapenda kushinda sana, Eric. So 340 horsepower against 450.
380 horsepower and 850.
So it's almost double
the torque figures you get on the Q7.
Interesting. So that's why I said for this, I think for two personalities again, if you love performance and you do not want to go as fast as this one, then you buy this one. You understand? It's not that it's a slow car. What is the speed rating on this from 0 to 100?
No, we'll actually get to do it.
We will confirm,
We'll have to do it.
Perfect.
The other good thing about this is that, you know, it's the sound.
Yes.
I don't know why it sounds better on the SQ5
than this one.
Yeah.
I don't
Maybe
know.
This because this one is an old person's car.
So on the transmission side, you already said it. What are we having here on this?
That's a ZF.
It's a ZF 8-speed.
Yeah.
Now that's where I feel kidogo I'm going to get an advantage on your side, because I think the tune and the refinement of a ZF transmission compared to your 8-speed I've seen, I think I'm getting a bit of more performance and refinement on this one than.
That is in theory.
No, it is in reality.
In theory.
But we will confirm. We will drive both cars and see how they feel. Sidio Maneri?
Yep.
Side profile.
Let's start with the Porsche.
Yes.
One thing is that we can argue that the Porsche has better looking rims. Huge brakes, by the way. You have 6 ports at the front, 4 ports at the rear.
Yes.
You have, this one comes with coilover suspension for front and rear. But there are some variants that do come with air suspension as well.
Yes.
But there is something, you see, the Porsche is more of a performance-oriented model.
Yes.
So it has Porsche dynamic chassis control, and it also has what we call PASM, Porsche active suspension. It's called Porsche active suspension management system.
Yes.
Yeah. So when it comes to handling, the Porsche might be better, or arguably better than the Audi.
Okay.
Right?
That one as again is debate. Okay, if you get the one that has air suspension.
No, this one is more actually for enthusiasts.
Yes.
if you drive these 4.2 liter V8S diesel, you'll learn that it has a very firm steering wheel and has very firm suspension.
Correct.
Because it's performance oriented. So it needs to be adhesive to the road.
When you're driving it.
Yes, and that is why don't supercars come with air suspension?
Okay, that's a good debate. One thing I love about the idea that it has the coilover suspension. It means it's more adapted to our environment and you'll not have so many surprises. And like other cars, we don't want to mention names.
They
like,
have very rude, you can wake up and be in for a very rude shock.
Yes, so this one I think for me, that is a very big plus. On my end, just like you, I don't know, but I don't have very nice rims. I don't know if there are options to get better rims. Eric, just like you, 6-spot, 4-pot at the rear. Very easy, very subtle look on the side profile. Mine has air suspension, and it's active air suspension, Eric. So that means where you have, how did you call it? The
PASM.
Yes, that one. So this one has an electronic. Where mtali? Imeenda. So Eric, while you have your very nice system when it comes to suspension on this end, that is yours is hydraulic, yeah?
Yep.
Here it's air suspension, but electronically controlled. It means when you're going through the corners, if the car senses that you're bending, the roll is on this side, it adjusts the height of the side you're rolling to just give you that nice, stable drive experience and avoid those body rolls. So mine is electronic, yours is hydraulic.
I have active roll bars on this one.
I know. So everything that you have yours, which are active, they work the same way with this one. The only difference is this one is electronically and air controlled. Yours is hydraulically controlled.
But PASM also uses
air.
No, it uses it's electronic. It's more of electronic stability control.
Ah, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Only
Perfect.
that, you see, the day Ibrahim tells us why sports cars do not come with air suspension.
Eric, today, no, Eric, you have changed, Eric. Last time you were not in love with the Porsche.
We'll get to that.
Yes.
You know, it's always all about compared to what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. So where do we go next, Baneri? Can you talk about practicality?
Let me look at my side profile.
Yes.
I have the Porsche is arguably a few inches shorter than the Touareg.
Ah.
Yes.
And that I would probably say. Not the Touareg. Why do you keep on calling the Touareg?
It's a Touareg, for God's
Why
sake.
do you keep... Eric! So now, I think I can attribute the difference in length to this one being a 7-seater and yours being a 5-seater.
5-seater, yes.
But one thing I will give to the Porsche, based with the idea that it's a 5-seater, it has ample boot space. You cannot put the two in the same category.
Yes.
This one is huge and humongous.
But again, if you're buying any of these SUVs, yes. I don't think really boots, it is important, but there are some few things that are a bit useless when it comes to if you're buying a performance luxury SUV.
Yeah.
Like 7 seats. Why do you need 7 seats?
Eric, some of us are planning to have 7 kids. Unlike you.
Yes.
Yeah, so you said this one is a bit shorter, and I told this one is a bit longer because of the extra 7 seat. Yeah. The extra third row seat. And for me, that drives the point towards this car being a bit more practical if you have a huge family or you're a guy who has, you know, many people to ferry around. Unlike you, Eric.
This, you know, when I buy a car that is inspired by a sports car, it's something to suit me, not see wale wadu wanabebo. Ni gari, it's a driver's car.
Naomba muombe Eric.
It's a driver's car. Let's look at the interior first.
We look at the interior?
Let's get to the, but before, you say this one has more boot space, arguably.
Yes, 100%. This one has a very big boot space because the idea that we have a third row of seats on this one, it limits the space at the rear.
What about when you fold?
When you fold, now it changes the dynamics. When you fold the seats in, now you have a pickup. Hii sasa inakuwa fielder. Eric.
And now, some other features that you get in the Q7 that are not here is that you can adjust the height when you're wakati unaweka mizigo.
Yes, because it's air suspension.
Because you have air suspension.
It means you can bring it up, Eric, and bring it down. The few nice things that you can enjoy in life.
But you see, that is in fact, there is no significant difference that brings.
But it's an option that is so good.
How, you know, we would say it's good if it would lower and load itself. But as long as it cannot load itself.
Let's check the interior.
Let's look at the interior. Ibrahim.
Yes.
The interior of this car, it's simply something to die for.
Yeah, I can see the beige thing going on.
Very good leather.
Yes.
I know it has so many buttons and I don't like that. But
Yes.
that's one thing I don't like.
Hey, buttons
With the
nazo
Cayennes.
mingi.
Buttons zinakuanga mingi sana. There are
Kwanza
too many
hapa katikati.
there are too many buttons. Too many buttons.
But
However,
the good thing I like about the buttons, however much ni mingi, ni real buttons.
yes, hizi ile
Si
vitu
mafiniki vitu za kuguzaguza. So
zinavunjika
hauna vitu za kutouch sana. For you, if you want off-road, unaguza button. Ukitaka sport, unaguza button.
The other significant difference between these and the Q7
Yes.
is this one comes with four-wheel drive. Yours comes with quattro all-wheel drive.
drives. Yes.
And not only four-wheel drive, I can actually lock my differentials on the Cayenne.
And I see you have two.
Yes, actually it's the rear diff and the center diff.
Hey, interesting.
So that tells you that it's a very okay. It's not a car that you would take extreme off-road, but in the situation that if you did, because you see these rims again can't handle extreme off-road.
Yes.
It's more luxury oriented. But if in the event that you're in
find
harsh
yourself,
terrain, it will do a stellar job. Right?
Interesting.
So yours is good for on-road handling.
Yes.
This one is both for on-road handling
And off-road.
and off-road. Right? So that's one other significant difference. The other thing I know, see, I still got downhill assist, all the proper four-wheel drive features that you would want. However, I do not have as many cameras as you.
Yes.
And there is a reason. I don't have a 360-degree camera.
Yes.
I don't have a spotters camera.
Yes.
I don't have all this. I don't even have a reverse camera on this one.
Wow, Eric. Wow. You don't have even a reverse camera.
Yes, because this is a driver's car.
Eric, with all these buttons.
You see,
Eh.
if you have a driver's, if you're a proper driver,
Yes.
proper drivers do not require cameras.
But Eric, how much is this car again?
8 million.
8 million. No, but you need a reverse camera, Eric.
Why would I?
Eric,
Reverse camera 1500.
You see, the problem is you are assuming everybody who is going to buy this car looks like you and drives like you.
But
There are
this-
those of us who don't want to drive like you, but we want the Porsche. No, they need to have a reverse camera on this.
Reverse camera 1500, bro.
Hatuwezi ongeza ile. Hatuwezi ongeza ile. But unless tunue quality. But either way, I think that is something. And I know probably there are variants of this
No,
car
they are.
that have all those things. So
They
it's
are.
not, it's this one that does not have. Probably the owner who imported this car from the UK wanted it in that.
Because he's a good driver.
Eric, I was saying. The guy who brought the car here wanted it in that car. But it's okay. We understand. So
I
you
wouldn't
cannot-
want it with the cameras though.
Yeah. If you're a good driver, I agree. If you're a good driver, you don't need all those shenanigans. But if they're there, it's just a good thing to have. So what else can we talk about? I think one thing that is very interesting and I've noticed sitting in this beige interior of yours, ni hizi viti zinaappear and they feel to be bigger. And I don't know, is it just me? You've sat on the Q7. We are going to sit in it and just compare. But I want you to have that memory of how it feels in terms of the comfort feel. Yeah, hapa versus how we are going to feel it on the other side. I feel this a bit more, ni kama hii kiti yake iko na bit more softer feel ya comfort. It's not as very hard.
In fact, this one, it's arguably more comfortable.
Yes.
Then I'm well separated from the passenger.
With very nice
you know
anchor
why?
points to hold, yes.
In Porsche's design language, they design their interiors with the mantra of no distraction or limited distraction.
So it means when you are driving the car,
You're driving
the car.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Why am I having some
And
BMW?
The other thing, you notice on the Porsche,
Yes.
you have the tachometer or
Yes.
the rev counter in the middle.
Yes.
Do you know why the rev counter or the tachometer is in the middle?
No.
It is because to race car drivers, the tachometer or the rev counter, as we call it here in Kenya, is more important compared to the speed.
That's why you switch your gears.
Yes.
I get it, bro. I get it.
Yes. So these are driver's car.
Why do you have 6 things hanging on your Eric?
No, so these are the paddle shifts.
No, I'm saying these things. What are all those
okay,
things?
so this is the speedo.
Yes.
This is the oil pressure.
Wow.
This is the oil temperature.
You're gonna have oil pressure
Yes.
and oil temperature gauge.
Then you have the engine temperature and the fuel gauge.
Wow.
So you see, this is more of a driver's car, because the moment you start having an oil pressure gauge and an oil temperature gauge, it tells you that this car is performance oriented. And that's why I told you it's very different. Unlike your Touareg. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Unlike your
It's a Q7.
Q7.
It's a Q7. I can see also have, is it?
Panoramic sunroof.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
nice. Very easy. Eric.
Kona kwa Touareg. Q7.
Takuacha kwa hii gari. Takuacha kwa hii gari.
Ibrahim.
Yes.
Why does your dashboard look like that of a Tiguan? No, nimedanganya. Have I lied?
Eric, you have come with a
No,
lot of bad
no.
words.
Have I lied?
No. You have
Zinakaa ya
not.
Tiguan.
Inakaa ya Tiguan.
Bas. Very nice. Tuendelee.
Sasa Eric, mbona huwezi taka mtu review gari yake pole pole?
No, tell us.
So welcome to the cockpit of the Audi Q7. As you can see, there's significant difference. Nafikiri kubwa sana Eric.
There is a huge difference.
Between this, away from the Touareg dashboard.
The Tiguan. Not even Touareg. Dashboard inakaa ya Tiguan.
Okay.
Let's be together on that.
We are together.
Yes.
There is no argument about it because no, tuseme Touareg, tuseme Tiguan.
Unajua tuko na cutaways za dashboard ya Tiguan.
Hata Touareg pia tuko nayo, si ndio? Wacha waweke zote. Mbugua, run those two things.
Ona hii event. Hii si ni Tiguan.
Yeah, hata Touareg.
Hata Touareg.
Wacha tu tuseme ni VW-ish. Can we call it a truce?
Ni VW.
Sawa. Wacha tuongeze vitu mzuri. Forget the VW. Again, as you said, the same platform. The Porsche, this one, and the Touareg, right? But one thing is the Porsche stands out. It's different. It's like they went into a whole engineering perspective ya kuifanya ikuwe tofauti. Unlike what Audi, the Q7 and the Touareg decided to do. They were more of copying each other, right? Hata ukiangalia side profile. But one thing that this car stands out in is in terms of technology, Okabi. Unlike yours, which I feel has a lot of analogish things going on. The buttons are there analog, unafinya hii iko na buttons but it has a lot of tech going on. Nini yangu hapa ni digital, whatever. How do you call this thing, bana?
The cluster.
Oh, the cluster. The cluster is digital, Eric. There's a lot of digital thing going on. As you said, I have very nice quality. See, two very nice quality cameras Wakabi. Mbele, nyuma, side. Okay? My seats are not as comfortable as your Cayenne, which is only named after Pilipili Moto. I don't know why. But my seats are not as comfortable as yours. But what I have that you don't have, where you have all leather going on, na vitu ngumu, I am having a bit of Alcantara going on, which just brings the aspect of luxury and premiumness. We ni leather tu kila mahali. Pia mimi niko na panoramic sunroof kama wewe. I think hapa tunakaa kufanana, ni venye tu uko na buttons mingi hapa juu Eric, sijui kwa nini tena. But I think that is it. In terms of
you have not told them you have finicky buttons.
Oh, I also have finicky buttons. Do you have an electronic handbrake?
Yes, it's still electronic handbrake.
Okay.
And now the other thing,
yes.
Let me ask. Sasa si 7-seater ungenunua 2-wish. Kama box.
Hapana Eric. Kumbuka hiyo 7-seater ni option. Unaweza lalisha viti. So yes, it has an option of a 7-seater which again is not practical, but uko na.
Kwanza 7-seater hii. Remember that video we did on Thursday? Ni ile ukikaa kwa kiti ya nyuma magoti unaingia kwa mdomo. There's something I like about your Touareg.
Yes, please talk about the things you like. Don't call it the Touareg. Call it the
Q7.
Yes.
One is it has a very simple design. You know the Cayenne is, the Porsche is a bit complex. It's very complex when you look at it.
Yeah.
Now this is more of a family person's vehicle.
100%.
Or an accountant.
No, no, you're not going to deal with accountants. Continue.
Yes, but that
Yes.
is like the BMW. It's basically like a BMW.
Yes.
It's a driver-centric vehicle.
I feel where you're going. So that is like the BMW Mercedes conversation in terms of
Exactly.
the options, the luxury you have here versus what you get there.
Yeah. Only now that has also aspects of luxury
Yes.
as well. So it's basically it's designed for you to have fun while driving. Right? This one, yes, it has a very powerful engine, very good gearbox, but at the end of the day, there is still that. Let me call it a little bit of boredom,
Yes.
or a little bit of non-enthusiast. Okay, this car is for, say, an enthusiast who
Has a family. Just say it.
Yes.
That is the word.
Yes, an
So you
enthusiast.
who doesn't want to appear all the time like an enthusiast. Sometimes
Yes.
you just want to calm down and cruise.
Exactly.
But you, on the other hand, you don't have that option. You have a little bit. I can say kwako ni 20-80. 8 enthusiast, 20 a normal guy.
A normal guy, yeah.
This one I can call it like, I don't know, 40-60.
Actually, the only thing that makes this car an enthusiast car is the engine.
And the transmission
Ukitoa engine na gearbox,
and the driving options, Eric.
yes,
You have a 4-wheel drive system there. Mimi hapa niko na quattro.
all-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive system, which is still capable and good, Eric.
Although,
You,
if you go to the mud,
yes.
the function of the way the two function,
Yeah.
it makes all-wheel drive better on road.
Yes, and that one better,
Better off-road.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Interesting. Interesting.
But who would take a Cayenne off-road?
That is a good question, but I know you will. With the way your head functions.
The bumpers are too expensive.
No, you will confirm. You will say, wacha tujaribu tu tuone. I know you.
They are too expensive.
So, what do we do next? Can we talk about
Let's
the
talk
rear
about,
profile of this car and then do a comparison of which one gets what?
Yeah, but I think same case with the front.
Yes.
As we talk about these Mbugua, please run the
cutaways.
The cutaways. I feel this one is unmistakably Porsche.
Yes.
This one is Audi VW.
Well, I want to punch you for that, but it's true.
Yeah, it's Audi VW.
It's Audi VW.
So forgive me when I call this car Touareg, because it's literally a Touareg.
One thing that I hate and I don't like is the idea that Porsche went a while into making that car different from these two cars that you're bashing, to the point you have the right to bash them. Haina shida.
Now, in this lineup,
Yes.
whereby we have, on this platform, we have the VW Touareg, we have this Q7, we have the Porsche Cayenne, we have the Lamborghini Urus,
Yes.
and we have the
Bentayga.
Bentley Bentayga.
Yes.
So at least the Bentley Bentayga, the Urus, and the Porsche are very different.
No, the Urus, I think it has some similarities with this car. So I think I will give you the Bentley Bentayga and the Porsche.
But
If you look at the Urus, the headlights, the side profile design language, you can see a bit of resemblance with the Q7.
But these ones,
But
there is no resemblance.
These one are the Bentley Bentayga. I will
Yes.
agree. No resemblance. It's like they are different cars, only they share the platform.
Exactly,
Suspension, chassis, probably some engine options.
that is true. But anyway, let's do this. Let's go talk performance.
Yes.
Let's see how. You remember we did a 0 to 100 on this one.
Yes.
So now let's do a 0 to 100
on that one.
We had done a 0 to 100 on a Porsche Cayenne
S.
S,
But that was,
petrol,
Yeah,
V6.
Yes. With a VR engine, it was a VR6.
Yeah, it was the VR6.
Yeah.
So
Awesome
now
engine.
we need to do the same, but on the Cayenne diesel
4.2.
4.2 liter.
Wow. Let me not speak.
Sawa.
Twende tufanye hiyo kitu.
Tufanye kitu. Ibrahim,
Yes, sir.
I want us to do a 0 to 100 in
Yes.
the Porsche Cayenne S diesel.
4.2.
4.2 liter V8. It sounds awesome.
My friend.
The sound on this one is awesome.
You are saying that the Q7 sounds awesome.
This one sounds
awesome too.
better. So,
Yes.
we are in sport.
Yes. Stop. I'm ready for you.
You're ready for me? Let me
Yes.
adjust the seat.
Yes.
Okay. Twende.
Yes.
3, 2, 1, go.
Wow. That It was a good launch. And I have the numbers. I have the numbers. We'll even go halfway the track. What?
Well, tell me the numbers, Ibrahim.
6.5 seconds.
Q7 iliwa ngapi?
I don't know, man. Mbugua has to put. Wacha wacheze clip ya Q7 next.
Hey, Q7, this car can pull.
Wow.
The torque
and the
is
launch.
insane.
I think away from the G-Wagon, the SQ5, this is one of the most awesome launch you've done.
Exactly.
Like, it was smooth off the line. Bam! Hatukupoteza traction, hatukupoteza anything.
We never lost any unit of traction on this car.
Wow.
One of these, and it actually brings in. Unajua,
last time I felt this good was in the G-Wagon.
Ogopa Cayenne.
Last time I felt this good was in the G-Wagon. No,
4.2
I am buying
liters.
the Cayenne, but I'm buying it in diesel.
Exactly. Yes.
I'm not buying the petrol.
In diesel 4.2, but you see now if you buy, you know a diesel V6 bwana, no
Yes.
no V8,
Eh?
no V8, engine kubwa.
V8 diesel.
V8 diesel, it goes off the line bana, it disappears like smoke.
Wacha tuone. Let's see how the Q7 performed. But I can argue for the Q7, please reduce 1 second from it because of carrying Mbugua.
exactly.
Mbugua and Colleen. Yeah. We
are ready for 0 to 100?
We are ready for justice, my
Sawa.
friend. We are ready. See? Hey.
Do we go?
Yes.
3. Give me a countdown.
1, 2, 3, go. Oh man. ZF.
100.
I've gotten the numbers.
Give me the numbers.
7.5 seconds.
Ah, man.
What is man? Hey, no. The car is heavier. I think we got a 6 in the SQ5.
You got a 6 in the SQ5
on the same plant. So definitely the SQ5 is more lighter. So that 1.5 seconds is, it's well understood, Wakabi.
Yeah, but these are
It's
330 horsepower. It's quite good.
Plus we were not having a lady.
Yes.
Last time we did on the SQ5.
SQ5 was crazy.
Yes.
SQ5 was just.
But that's a good.
But
You
7
see,
seconds in Kenyan roads is
bro.
good. That's a good pickup time.
one thing I love about it is the smoothness of the 0 to 100. It's very refined, Waka.
Don't even feel
You're not threatened. You see, SQ5 was threatening.
No, that's what we love in car. Unashtuka.
SQ5 was like, ooh. Na G-Wagon, na ile G63.
G-Wagon ilikuwa kwanza inaenda.
G-Wagon ilikuwa ina dance too. So I think this one is very refined, very smooth. It means you are able to do extreme high speeds at very comfortable sitting.
Sawa. Let's talk about value for money. Now, if you're buying the Porsche Cayenne S diesel, it will set you back around 8 million Kenya shillings.
Yes.
With the current
economic times.
And the funny thing, and I would like KRA
Yes.
to check on this. We do not have the Cayenne S diesel on their CRSP list.
Wow. So
Yeah.
how do you go about it?
A lot of lobbying
And negotiating.
and I believe so many people have to go through the same process.
Yes.
But anyway, these are UK spec. It will set you back around 8 million. If you buy through conversations, we can spec them differently from the UK market, and it might set you back a little bit lower.
Yes.
So Ibrahim Touareg
7.6. No. Q7.
Q7.
7.6 again. A difference of around 400,000. You get this gorgeous car that has a blend of performance and family-oriented technology and features.
Yeah, which I think
Yes.
the difference is not that big.
Yeah.
Because if you get this in a V6 configuration,
Yes.
with a turbocharged V6 petrol engine, it will probably be the same price as this,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So it's more of the same price range.
Exactly. And for me, my presentation, Eric, between these two cars will be, this is a car I buy when I'm the man of the house. This is the car I buy for my wife. I can cheat on this one with this one when I want to. But when I want to drive alone, I go with this one.
For me,
Yes.
this would be the enthusiast car. This will be enthusiast 30% or
Yes.
40% family or very corporate person, the rest of the percentage. So it's a personality.
Yes.
It's a personality difference.
Yeah.
So what do you say? Let guys watuambie kwa comments.
Hey, watuambie comments, what do you guys think about the two cars?
Yes.
And did you know a fun fact about this car of yours before you sign out?
Yes.
This car has what we call the Guinness Book Records.
The Guinness
Book
World Book of Records.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
Guinness
towed-
Book of World Records.
That one. I hear it towed an Airbus A380, which weighs 265 tons, Eric.
Yes, but they had to do a lot of waliweka zilikuwa simiti nyuma.
Oh, waliweka simiti.
They had to put a little bit of weight on the rear so that it could hold down a little bit. But one thing about towing,
Yes.
and this is something that we need with the 850 Newton meters of torque. I told you this is track territory,
Yeah.
and with a four-wheel, they actually, I remember I watched that clip, and they had to do it on. I think there was a lot of. There's even a Touareg that still did. I think the Touareg towed a 767 Boeing.
Ah.
Yeah, but it's an older Touareg V12.
Yes.
I guess. So anyway, it's good stock cred for this car.
Yes. It dethroned the Patrol, because the Patrol was the one who had done a little bit of towing of an aeroplane, but this one took charge. And I think, and Mbugua will tell you, for us, the guys who love filming, this car is also famously used in Hollywood for having those rigs. Utaona hii gari imerigiwa pale juu with the camera and the crane, and it runs against race cars. It is the car that is officially used to capture those awesome racing shows that you see on video.
They don't use the Touareg.
Tunamaliza.